Britney Spears betrayed by her younger sister on Christmas? Find out what Britney did and who she spent Christmas with. But before we get into all of this, hello, my name is Sebastian and I spill pop culture tea videos every single day. So if you're looking for a new messy bestie, you have found me. You guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are brand new here, the whole vibe feels like we're on a FaceTime call and we're just hanging out and keeping each other company. I am so grateful and thankful to be here with you all. I do not take you guys for granted, not 1 second. And I really wanted to wish you all a beautiful Christmas. I hope you guys had a wonderful time. I am so grateful and thankful for each and every one of you. And if you didn't have the best time, you guys, there's always next year. So don't ever lose faith. Just keep on going. You got this, girl. And let's get on with the tea. All right, best friends. So Lynn Spears, honey, it is the Christmas time. It is the Christmas holiday, and I'm trying to be as nice as possible, girl. You know me, honey. I could go off, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and be as polite as possible, okay? But Lynn Spears just, she just makes it so damn difficult. But listen, let's start with the good. Britney, according to TMZ and other online reports, spent Christmas with her son, Jaden James, which you guys know, of course, Britney and Jaden have been allegedly living together. And there's been a lot of talk that Jaden really wants to get close to his mom and that he's really giving it his all to, just win back some of those years that were lost, because of the conservatorship. Now, Sean Preston, on the other hand, he is maybe just a tougher cookie, and he is maybe currently not willing to give his mom 100% try, which, I would just say this. It's not like Britney Spears chose to be under this conservatorship. It's not like Britney Spears said, "Oh my God, girl, hang on. For 13 years, let me live a life where my father's going to choose everything for me. And I'm not going to have a say in nothing, not even in my kid's life. I'm going to have to follow somebody else's schedule, have to work against my will. And let me just give away my freedom." It's not something you wake up at 2 a.m. and want to do. Okay, let's just be very clear. I think that Jaden and Sean, obviously, they didn't have a normal upbringing. They didn't have a mother who had free will. They didn't have a mother who could decide that, to make decisions, basically, right? Everything had to go through so many different other people for them to be able to maybe do something with their mom or go somewhere with their mom or have their mom have some free time, or go on that vacation or not work, Maybe there were times where Sean and Jaden begged their mom to please not have to go on tour or have to go to Vegas to perform or have to go here or have to go there. And she had to do whatever she was told, right? So I think that there's a lot of things, and, they also, in the book says it all, girl, but, she was taking a lot of medicine, against her will. And I'm sorry to say, but, all of those things can have an effect on a child who doesn't understand what is really going on. Plus, if you don't have anybody on your corner, like anyone, supporting and defending Britney, you're only going to hear and witness the negative. So I do think that for so many years, they didn't have somebody say "Oh my God, no, look, what's being done to your mom is not right, but, we're going to see if we can get her out of it." No, they had Kevin Jobless Federline. They had Britney's parents. They had Britney's sister. They had Britney's team. "Oh, I'm sure this is just for the best for Britney. Your mommy's sick. Your mommy's this. Your mommy's that." So, all of those things can definitely cause some trauma and some distrust. But I'm sorry to say, but if my mother was put through all of this, I wouldn't hold that against her, right? I would actually be very proud of her for surviving such a horrible abuse, in my opinion. Now, Jamie Lynn Ken X Spears, she is just getting on my last 2 nerves. Let me be very honest with you. She posted this picture, this family picture with Sean Preston, and of course, a lot of people are really upset about this because it's like taunting it to Britney's face. I'm glad that they didn't spend Christmas with their father, Kevin Jobless Federline. I think that shows a lot of, he just released that memoir that nobody read. He really wanted to be a New York Times bestseller, honey. He didn't even sell enough to be able to use the bathroom at Barnes and Nobles. Okay, bitch, let's just make that very clear. All right. I think that says a lot too. You know, I think that Kevin Jobless Federline, I really truly think in my heart what he wanted was to bring Britney Spears down. And I think what he wanted was to isolate her even more. That's just my opinion, right? Of course, it's all alleged, but this is just my opinion. I think that, you know, his plan was to do that, was to sell Britney's, sell Britney's pain and Britney's trauma and Britney's, you know, horrible things that were done to her and make it seem like it was all her fault. And that really just makes me so sad because Sean and Jaden, what they fail to realize, maybe Jaden does, is that Britney did everything because of them. She complied. She said yes to everything because she was terrified of her kids being taken away from her. She was terrified of her being taken away from her kids, which did happen for 6 months plus. So what they failed to realize is that Britney survived all of this because of them, for them, right? Anyways, I think that a lot of people, they have every single right to say that it feels like Jamie Lynn is taunting this in Britney's face. For so many years, Britney's family have celebrated things without her. They have done family gatherings, family reunions without her. And it pains me because it's like, so you all perform really nasty acts of, in my opinion, abuse towards Britney. And then you flaunt in her face that the people she loves the most that hurt her are together and not willing to make things right with her, the actual victim of everything that was done to her. So it is just crazy to me. If I were Jamie Lynn Can't Act Spears, I wouldn't have done that. I would push, Sean to give his mom another chance. I would tell Britney's story. I would make them sit and read this memoir and tell them everything I know. But in my opinion, I don't think that it was in Jamie Lynn's best interest to defend Britney. For Jamie Lynn, it was a lot better to be against Britney, right? And it's just one of those things where I'm like, okay, girl, you want to play. You want to play. I will say this. I hope and pray that Jamie Lynn and Lynn Spears, they realize the hurt they caused Britney by not speaking out way before this got to 13 years. That they hurt Britney by standing with these conservators. That they hurt Britney by allowing Britney to go through these situations and not publicly try and help her. Because they didn't publicly try to help her. Now, behind the scenes, Jamie Lynn Spears said that she tried to do things and to get Britney Spears out of the conservatorship and educate herself some more. But, honey, you have a platform. You have every single avenue to get your voice out there. You are verified thanks to Britney. You are somebody in the industry thanks to Britney. So you might as well, help Britney, right? And understand that Britney needed you for so many years. So on top of that, Sean Preston, who is rumored that he is a lot more slower at giving her an opportunity again, Britney, then you flaunt him in Britney's face. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I really, truly don't get it. And lastly, I wanted to say that I think that with Britney, I think she is so misunderstood. But I also think Britney just wants to be Britney. And if it were up to Britney, I think Britney would run away with her children. And, they're not children anymore, but just run away, be out of the limelight, and enjoy her sons. And I hope that this new year, Sean realizes the strength that his mother has and gives her an opportunity and gives her, meets her halfway. What was done to Britney Spears was not her fault. What was done to Britney Spears was because of Britney Spears, the superstar, the money, the name, the power. That's all. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I'm very grateful that Britney spent Christmas with Jaden. There were rumors that she was going to be spending it with the Hiltons or with the Kardashians. So maybe Jaden tagged along. I hope that he gave his mom a lot of love. I hope he gave his mom a lot of gifts and made her feel special. And I hope that Sean, at least called her. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. It's just, I really wanted that Christmas miracle for Britney to have her children together, her sons together. But right now, things take time, and if it takes time, then it'll be more real and it'll be more authentic. So hopefully that will happen. So what do you all think? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you all. I'm so grateful and thankful for each and every one of you. I don't take any of you guys for granted. And I'll see you on the next one. And Merry Christmas. Mwah. Bye.